Pycon Uganda 2023, day 2. And like they have said, we are beginning our session with our keynote speaker, which is going to come from Senkomago, Musoke. Let's give it up for the keynote speaker. Keep doing this. Keep getting scared. Yes. If you can't come and join us, at least you can clap. Yes, thank you, Elijah.
Okay. Let's just see. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. You guys are still sleeping. I feel like I'm the dinosaur in the room, but I seem to have more energy than everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So my grandmother, my mother, my wife were all teachers. They told me if one would pay attention to you, they should close their laptops and look at you. So it's the first thing I usually ask. Pay attention, I'm going to try to move very fast. I only have 120 slides, so if you miss any, I have 1 hour. So it will be 2 slides per minute. Okay, so when I was asked to talk about Pycon, to keynote at Pycon, first of all, I was excited, right? And one of my mantras is, say yes first. So I said yes. 2 days later, I asked myself, but what have I got myself into? Okay? Because I was wondering, what am I going to talk about Pycon? And like you saw the photo yesterday, many people think I'm a PhD developer. Actually, I write Python code at work every day. But I thought that maybe I can take a different spin for this keynote. I'm not rehashing any old one. I have to create something new and fresh. I haven't spoken since COVID. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions at the end, I hope you do have some. Yeah. And you're going to see no mention of PHP in this keynote, so please don't worry about it. So these are snippets from my past. These are like what happened in my past, smells and sounds of the present, like what's happening today, with eyes on the future. Nowadays tribalism is a big issue, but in my local language we say, if you don't know where you've come from, you will not be sure where you are or know where you're going. You always need 3 points to actually determine where you are at any point in time. So these are some snippets from the past, present, and future. And what is the theme of my presentation? We're going to talk about creating a lifestyle, right? Is my the other people are sleeping, eh? So we're going to talk about the lifestyle that brings out the best in you. Are we together? Most people will say we have jungle girls, not enough women in tech. We're going to talk about diversity. I hate programming today, I love programming tomorrow. There are not enough jobs, there's too much work, there's too much money, there's not enough money. But all those are true. Are we together? Because success is never home. You pay rent every day. Are we together? The day you don't pay rent for your success or wherever you are, it gets taken away. That's a reminder. But we want to get a lifestyle that has options, that has value, that makes you smile, makes you wake up early in the morning and bring a smile into the world. Because the universe loves a smile. The universe loves good vibes. I saw this from DHH. I don't know if any of you know the creator of Ruby on Rails. It's an old article. And he said make a dent in the universe. Most startups want to disrupt, change the universe, change the world, etc. But what we're saying is, make your dent. Leave some footsteps in the world that we're living in today. Right? I mean, I'm only talking about the dent. So you can take the dent and make it take the whole front of your car or whatever. But this is just making your dent in the universe. It is not death that you should fear, but never having lived. When you look back, are you happy with what you see in the past? and where you are today, and where you're going. That's Marcus Aurelius. So I'm dabbling in these philosophy things. I think when you start getting gray hair, I think it sort of takes you like, now I have to start thinking, or I'm going to die, now I have to become philosophical, wise, and things like that. But it struck me because we live every day. So you do not want to live a life whereby you're saying, oh, I wish. Oh, I wish. Okay. And so this is a reference from? Where is this reference from? Yes? No. Game of Thrones? Nah. Did you win any Grammys? Okay. This is from Lord of the Rings. This is the King of Rohan looking at Helm's Deep, the Two Towers. This is one of the greatest movies ever created. Please do watch it. We're going to begin with a mindset. We're going to reset our mindsets. Either you run the day or the day. People have been asking me questions, how do I make money? How do I what? How do I what? Yeah, then I tell them, okay, yeah, you have to work 8 hours to say that. Those things, that's too much for me. But how will you run the day? If you let the day, you have to be in charge of your destiny, of your career, of your choices, of your opportunities, of everything. And remember, it's rent. So it has to be paid when? Every day you sleep, you snooze, you lose. We're going to talk about mastery. We're going to talk about outworking everybody. Put in the work and you will stand out. How many of you work 40 hours a week? Put up your hands. How many work 60? How many work 80? So why will you catch up with me? Because I'm 40 hours ahead of you every week. And given that I have 2 decades ahead of you, I was there. How are you going to compete with the Chinese who work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week? How are you going to compete? Their power doesn't go out, their internet is fast, they have food, etc. How will you compete? How will you outwork the competition? And competition, I mean your colleagues, people in your sector. People say there is no work. I tell them go to Upwork. There are 20,000 projects added every day. Okay. As a freelancer, you hear saying people don't pay on Upwork, they pay you $10, $15, $25 an hour. Lab. How do you create your own lab? Open source, of course. For me, I am open source. If you catch me open source, you probably poor. Maybe open source platelets or something. Mantras. What do you repeat to yourself every day? What is the message you give yourself when you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, before what do you dream about? I'll tell you a story. Last night I got home very late. I hadn't finished my presentation. So I kept dreaming about the presentation. Then somebody started a disco somewhere in the village. I stayed a bit in the village. And so I woke up and I said, now it's 1 a.m. What do I do? Do I try to fall asleep or do I work on my presentation? What do you think I did? And worked on my presentation. So I got 30. When everybody else in my house was getting ready to wake up, the eyes were closed. But I was happy because I knew at least I'd done my best. And I hope, this is it. Competition, who you work with, and compounding. So these are the sort of the themes. And these are take everything you do. For me, I don't have a separation between Stephen the techie, Stephen the father, Stephen the husband. The principles I use are the same everywhere. Right? These are some of the ones I thought I would share with you today. Mastery. Who is the master? I mean, how many people watch the movies? Look at what do you guys do in your free time? Anyway, what do you guys do? You don't even watch. Anyway, I think I have some advice for you. Mastery. How do you become the best? Are we together? How do you become the best? Somebody walked in and said, I'm learning Python, I use it at work. I told him you're on the path. How do you keep improving every day? How do you gain mastery of this skill that you've been given and this opportunity that you have. Your experiences, circumstances now, like somebody from Kabbalah, if we're doing agri-tech, talking about hills, what, should be way better than all of us. Because they're just there and it's 3 hills away, right? Her experiences, me, the island folk, the fisher folk, I'll tell you, my family, the people who just look at the sky and think, it's going to rain today. And it does. Are we together? So, those experiences, everything you bring to the table makes you unique. It makes you stand out. 10,000 hours of mastery of a skill. Are we together? That's Malcolm Gladwell. Naval says 10,000 iterations, which may be longer. You don't want to have one skill. You don't want to have two. What you want to have is a myriad of skills. When they say, hey, we need somebody who knows something in edutech. I've been working in edutech for 3 years. Health tech. Oh, I'm there. I can speak intelligently about health information systems. Oh, payments. You get what I'm saying? People are looking to open doors, but many times what you have to do is go deep. We call it the combo. You know, initially they say you have to be eye-shaped. That's where we started in our days. I'm a system and a mean Cisco. Bring me a router, I can even talk to it and it starts up. Then we went to T, which is you're deep, but you have bread. Then we went to Pi. Now we are comb shapes. Comb means you have many areas of deep knowledge. And remember, each of these things is 10,000 hours. Are we together? Because you want to be the best. You can't just be mediocre because somebody else will be better than you in that area. So in fact, the comb you're talking about 40,000 hours. You know you work at 1,500 hours a year. That's about 20 years. Huh? So if you graduate when you're 21, by the time you do these things, you're 45. And you're getting somewhere, but don't forget we even have the breadth of knowledge. Are we together? That's what we're talking about. How do you achieve mastery? And how do you become an expert? How do you spend that time? I spent my last 8 years working in health information systems. If you ask me a few questions in the areas where I was, we can talk for 2 days without stopping. Other areas I'll tell you let me come back. Are we together? But 8 years ago when I started, I didn't even know what an HIV test was. But sitting with doctors for 8 years, I understand why they use a certain test as Sunday, why they check for this, why they check for that, the biological markers. Tech. I am a generalist. Tech is my sword, but I learned so many other things. Are we together? Where are your talents? And somebody I think there was a question yesterday. I think the gentleman was talking and saying, first world problems, how do companies come and take our ideas? When your talents and the needs of the world cross, there lies your vocation, there lies the drive. So you have to try many things to find what makes you happy and what makes you tick. Together? I continue. The other thing is now away. Outwork everybody. Yeah, it's very simple. If you're a laborer and everybody needs 1 acre a day, you have to dig 2. Everything. If you're working in the team and somebody knows Django, somebody knows Angular, somebody knows the CSS, somebody knows the design, you have to be good at all those things. I'm very lucky I'm in a team of 8 to 10 people. I am the generalist. So I get to talk to everybody. I know a bit about everything. I am the generalist in that space. But that's my superpower. So I keep pushing my superpower. You have to apply yourself more. That's why I asked about 40 hours. Everybody runs their job. They tell you, I've seen messages, I'm closing the laptop today. That's the common social media thing. How do you close the laptop at 7:30 a.m. on a Friday? The rest of the world doesn't even walk out. And you're already closing your laptop. How do you compete? How do you study your craft? If you ask me what do I do, I solve technology problems. If you ask me how, I ask you. what problem you have. Then we figure out what will work for you. Am I making sense? You have to outwork the competition. And somebody will say, yeah, but you see, if I work too hard, or I will not get reimbursed, or what? Yes. We'll talk about that later. Be like an athlete. You train, you compete, you rest, and start again. Are we together? Which also includes rest, because you must stay healthy. But these are muscles. The more you use them, the better they become. So, mastery, become very good at one or more things. Be willing to put in the hours and the time. It will show. Luck. Opportunity needs preparation. Right? Even Jefferson knew about it when he was the president of America. Don't worry about taking notes. I will share this presentation slides with you. So, they're open source, right? They're open source, so I'll give them to you. Aaron Francis, publishing your work increases your luck. My last job, my current job actually, I was found on LinkedIn. I commented on something, I was told I saw it flashing and it disappeared. Then I reached out. And voila. I wasn't looking. Are we together? But the luck met opportunity. When I was given the test, it was a Friday. I sat down on Saturday and spent 4 hours understanding the test. I checked for typos, I checked for content, I read it, I even printed it and reread it. Then I sent it. 2 years later, they were invited to come and we talk again. Are we together? Then by the time I woke up and understood, I had an offer on the table. So I had 2 problems. You know what my problems were? Had an offer. Good one. But my current job, I wasn't complaining. I just started a new work stream, I had a new team, you know. But we had plans, we had even set a 3-year strategic plan and I was driving it. I would tell that was like one of the hardest weeks where I had to soul start and say, who am I? What do I want to do? Where do I want to go? And capturing the luck. Talk to people. I mean, all of you, there are people you know. Today, make sure you live here and you talk to 10 new people. Don't stay in your circles. Go talk to them. Who are you? I am Stephen. I work here. What do you do? You never know the person who you work in the office next to you. It does happen. I said, how do you come out? I am from where? No, but that's how we did. And things like that. I'm just going to keep using you as an example, so don't worry. I am going to open source. Dear to my heart. It's an ethos. It's a mindset. It is African as you hear. It is Ubuntu. Why? We stand on the shoulders of giants. You don't have to build all this stuff from scratch because other people have built it and given it away for free. So you can now start from there. You don't have to start from zero. You had Google some of code. Amazing how many people know about Google some of code. I have a developer who I'm going to be talking to today. We've been working with him. He has been working for 5 years. He was my Google some of code intern in 2016. Now he's at a career course and says, yeah, I want more money. People can paint, but what do I do? I would say, that's his problem. He says, I want more money. There are people willing to pay, but I don't want to change what I'm doing. I would like sense. Basically, build a bigger thing. That's why I told you these slides are open source. I'll give them to you, I'll share them, so that you can learn. And part of this is sharing the little I know. I've not spent many years on this app, but the little I have spent, I gladly share it with everybody so that you can sort of figure out some sites in the future for yourself. Coded in Africa for Africa by Africa. This one for me is close to heart. And with women leading the chat, there was not enough space. But somebody asked if we're going to talk about how about women, how do we retain them, there are many ideas. But the thing is, the hard work has to be done. Oktoberfest begins in how many days? How many of you know about Oktoberfest? Put up your hands. My challenge to each of you in this room, if you have not participated in Oktoberfest, this conference was a waste. Are you clear? People are saying, no, we're looking to be seen in the world. People are there telling you you have three problems. Solve. And you learn something and you get your corner of the world. Remember, we're trying to make a dent in the universe. Have your name on this project, and many people have started open source projects and actually made their careers out of them. I think by the one. It's a $1 billion industry. Open source, but people build skills. It's your free chance to try out and grow yourself. Build, sharpen, showcase your capabilities on a global stage. If you're still thinking about Kampala Road, those people want to pay for websites of 200,000 shillings, which is $60. They are made by class, somebody put their ERP for how much? $30. That's what people are paying. Are we together? So how will you make rent when $30 takes you 6 weeks of work? It's barely $1 a day. You're living below the poverty line. Are you together? On time is late. Yeah, late. Very late. We were here. Some of us even have tea. We have even connected. We have even taken an additional nap. But it's still coming. On time is, if Pycon starts at 9, what time should you be here? 8:45 as a minimum. Irrespective of traffic, whether it has rained, that's when you will get to meet people and network and mix before the curfew of the day starts. That's why many people meet. They say, I want to learn networking. Come on. So many people come in, they find you. I say, who are you? And you get up and say, okay, I'm still in your welcome. You may even end up being a volunteer because you are passing an opportunity. Are we together? Greece, you know how to work. By the way, somebody asked me a question like, assume you have a deadline next Wednesday, what do you do? Me, I'm not a chica, but I do chica. I go through it. Are we together? Put in the hours, I put in the work because I know these things will work smart. But I work a bit smart, but I also work hard. Outwork the competition. Greece. Outlast. Not just outwork, but outlast. Make sure you know how to recharge, take mental health breaks. I'll talk about that later, and so on. Investigation. How many of you have bought a computer book with your own money? How many of you have paid for a course with your own money? How many of you have bought a mouse with your own money? Are we together? Are you people saying, that tattoo, it is paid for? How much is it? $5. How much is $5? $20K. And they say, but I cannot do because this thing requires 20,000 shillings. Do you see the mental blow? How are you going to invest in yourself to make 300 million a year when you're not willing to spend 20K? I buy software that I don't even need. Because at that time, it's what I needed. If I find an app on Facebook, like one day I was troubleshooting my TV, it wasn't seeing the internet. There was an app controlling which was $5. But I said, I've spent 3 hours troubleshooting this thing. Let me buy the app. The app didn't work, of course, because the problems we had others. But I was open to spending that money to reduce the amount of time. We're going to talk about time later. Pay forward. Pay forward. How will you help somebody else who has no reason to ever help you? That's paying Africa. You're not going to, I'm not going to do something, I'm not here because I'm going to get paid or anything. No. Actually, ask my bosses, can I take a day off so that I can pay attention here? But I'm excited when I see people and they say, wow, your keynote, it opened my eyes. I had somebody who came to me after a Google Dev Fest and said, my software development career started with your keynote. He said, no, after that. But I have an aggressive goal. Somebody helped me. So my goal is to impact 1,500 people like that. So this is in my investment, they invested 10 years, I will not live long enough. But I will compound the impact. I was good. It's a crazy goal, it scares me, but I said, well, it's worth a try. Work hard so that you know when to work smart. This work smart thing, or I just go there, whatever, brute force. Then you will understand what brute force means. Then you will come back and become better. Every day, you have to learn something new every day. I love this quote from Gandhi, be the change you want to see in the world. I want to see a world where Africa is the leading tech hub with women at the forefront. I would say that. It's selfish because I have 2 daughters. And part of their KPIs, not KPIs are. Who knows what KPIs are? Yes? How about OKRs? Yeah. You have to do courses of Khan Academy and pass. I was good. One of them is in S6, is in S5. She's already doing SQL on Khan Academy. When she asks me for anything related to, and she said, oh, I was struggling with this problem. One day I saw her. I smiled. No one see your child suffering again. She wrote a query, she wrote a big error. She changed this, wrote the wrong data. Previous. I was better. So everything you're doing must include what you did yesterday. I was better. How many of you have read Atomic Habits by James Clear? What do you guys do? And you read in Twitter, he said, improve by 1% every day. Are we together? 1% is 0.01. But if you compound it over a year, it's almost 300%. Are we together? And do it over 10 years. Do it over 20. You cannot compete. Are we together? Become better every day. By how much? 1%, which is 1 over 100. Even if it's 0.5%, it will still compound. Are we together? Make time work in your favor. How many of you have read Richest Man in Babylon? Okay. So the other thing you guys need to learn, I'll talk about, you learn about money. Yeah? You can be a good developer, but you don't make any money. So you need to learn how to make money. The richest man in Babylon says, make money, you are a slave. Not only stop there. Make sure manage children and grandchildren. Work for you. We say, I just want money. All the money I mean is the man has been there for a long time. They don't even have to add any weight. It's just self multiplies, you know. And even if they eat a bit of the interest, they can't finish the interest because it is compounding, it's building on top. Even your skill sets, even your experiences compound over time. How many of you know a language other than Python? How many of you know 2 languages other than Python? How many of you know a database that is SQL and no SQL? Mongo, etc. Are we together? How many of you have worked in health? FinTech, EduTech, Agritech. Now imagine you're competing with a person who has a CV that says, I do SQL database, no SQL, Python, R, Ruby, Java. How do you compete? You look at the guy's CV and he just removes some languages because the CV will be too long and we're supposed to be to 1 page. Are we together? That is compounding. Over time it becomes so much. Those of you had a rolling ball what? God has no more sense. Yeah? But if you set a small stone running down a hill, it can create an avalanche. It started with a small one, stone, and it gathers many more. Okay? Skills also decay and atrophy. So I think one thing here. How many of you know what atrophy means? How many have watched The Matrix? Hey guys, what are you watching? Samuel? Remember when Neo was taken out of the tub? His muscles didn't know how to move. He had been in sleep, cryo sleep. Some of these things by the way for some of us because they open our brain. Matrix is actually not just a kung fu movie or a computer movie. You know when you hear hardline, people wonder what is the hardline? Hardline before we used to have a line. This is Uganda Post and Telecommunications Training School. So they teach you actually how to make cables for telecom poles. You guys don't start to use wireless, 3G, 3G, etc. But in offices you'll find, give me a hardline. Give me an Ethernet cable. I was scared. But this skills atrophy. So if you don't use your arm or whatever for 2 years, guess what happens? It becomes old and decay. So you can still have it happen. So you say, how do I maintain all the skills? I think the key is, remember I talked about the competition, you're keeping your skills sharp, and you're looking for different solutions to different problems. Am I making sense? Napoleon, I love this quote. A man who does more than he's paid for will soon be paid more than he does. Because you have money. I'm together. When you have people fighting, you come and be president. We've seen. It doesn't matter how good the rest of us are. He has shown experience. The people are begging him, even going on their knees. Are we together? That's how you want to be. Excellence today pays off tomorrow. You know, and selfishness side. You compound, you're putting in the work, so you're getting better, you're like a professional athlete, you're steady, you're firm, you're getting better. I don't know if my message is coming. Is it coming together? Don't look for opportunities. Look for them, yes, but they should also be looking for you. And they are, but you're quiet. Yes, I don't know I won't even put it up on GitHub because it was still my idea. I want to go to Kukusam of code because that time now I have to reduce my speed. What? Are you sure? What movie is this? 300. Of course. Do not do this. You know what this is? You know what scene this is? This is Leonidas and the 300 Spartans. They had an army of 10,000 Persians coming towards them. And he said, give them nothing, take everything. That's not being a good member of the community. They just taking, you come on a Pycon because you could get a free ticket and you could buy one. You can go and sit down and ask you to volunteer, I don't have time. You come late only for the tea and coffee. You don't even go in a breakout room. It's like you just came to it and use the first computer, internet. And then you sit. Then they ask you, what did you gain? I was at the conference. Then what? Do not take everything. Give them everything and take nothing. That's paid for. Okay. Any questions? I continue. I'm about to finish. Don't worry. They're not hard. So, these are tech stuff. Yeah? Now, of course, I never take it. You get bored if I don't talk some tech stuff. They'll say the man has not talking philosophy and things. But all movies, even if you're black and white. Master your tools of the trade. How many of you use Python? How many of you use VS Code? Sublime? How many have paid for Sublime? How many of you use Django? Flask? Django REST? How many of you have contributed to any article on Stack Overflow or anything or the Django or Python problem? Okay. Are we together? Now you're starting to see we're separating men from boys, women from girls, as you keep putting up your hand. Because the future, you have to work for it. Right? I said I want to use but I'll use one. I'm a PhD guy. It's what I read, it's what I think. It's like Uganda to me. It's my mother tongue in programming. I'm a web developer. But I use Python. And I love Python. I was good. But guess what? Each time I face a Python problem, people say, hey, what does that have for this? Then I start saying, I wish Python had this. Or Django had this. And this is it. You know Python, Django is elegant, yeah? Thing, indentation, what? It's not elegant. But it's what I know. I was there. The key is you know. How many of you have done automations? How many of you have problems that disturb you every day? Emails, spam, what? You know people have made businesses scratch their own itches. I'm tired of spam. I need to write a script that logs into my whatever and deletes all emails from this address. I have this. And you do that. It works. Then you keep refining it and suddenly you have a business. Okay. People are looking for opportunities, but the opportunities are where? In front of you. We've done registration here, we write a book, we are saying what? Why don't you do that now for Pycon? People registered, we pay, then they say, well, bring your ticket, bring your network, after that we have this bag, and the only one will be gray here. President must be here. But others, bring your name, email, why don't we have an app for that? Okay. The apps are in front of. How many of you are maintaining the Pycon website? Nobody. How many of you are looking for projects to work with? Okay. The end, I love this quote that says the end of the melody is not its goal. But if the melody does not end, it does not achieve its goal. If you listen to music, your purpose of listening to a song is not to listen to the end, but to listen to all the words in there. So, when it's at the end, you say, hey, song banana. I wish I could have added more words to talk about this and left that time. I wish that's what you have to do. Whatever is left, you should. To go fast, go alone. To go far, go together. Don't go alone. If you hear of something, share it. Tell me whether I've seen this thing. This thing has been released. Have you heard about this? You never told me. I didn't know. Can you come and do a talk about it? People are looking for projects, people are looking for work, people are looking for. They are right in front of. Okay. Some of the best opportunities came because I applied for a job many years ago, in 2015. They wanted somebody who had agri-tech. Yes, I'm in Uganda, right? I have a farm at home. They wanted somebody who had done financial services and worked with the central bank for a while. And somebody who had tech. There were 3 applicants. And I had the skills. However, all those skills together, I found the role very challenging because despite the fact that they asked for those things, their work was very different from what was advertised. Okay. So I had to up my game, I had to do a lot of research to actually understand the problem space. I had the skills, but I did not understand the problem space. Okay. So that is why I say you have to stay formless, learn, evolve, adapt, grow. Learn, evolve, like I'm an amoeba. How many of you know an amoeba? Yes. How about the paramecian? Yeah, now we can see. And learn from other things. How many of you do web design in Django? Okay, how many of you do smartphone, APIs, DRF, etc.? How many of you are doing machine learning and AI? How many of you are doing data wrangling, NumPy, Matplotlib, visualization, etc.? How many of you are doing all of them? A little bit. But you see, even in Python, there is so much space. I haven't talked about Jupyter notebooks. Remember, I'm just new to Python, right? 9 months, but I know Jupyter notebooks. I know R, which was Posting Studio supports. I know Excel now supports Python coding instead of Visual Studio. I know enough to be dangerous. So if somebody says, how can I Excel problem? Guess what I said? I put up my hand. Then he says, can we do it in 3 years? When? I said, how can you time? How much time can you give me? And then, I will tell you, you learn, you grab the opportunity. You do not let them pass you by. Si vis passem parabéns. Who knows what that means? Yes.
If you want peace, prepare for war.
I will tell you. Remember, every day rent is due. The war is on. For success, if you don't pay your rent today, it will be taken from you. Yeah? And that is obviously from John Wick chapter. So career, say yes. Yeah, first say yes, then figure out the rest. Obviously, do a bit of calculation, obviously. First say yes, right? If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Yeah, you should be in the room where you're listening, you're asking questions. If you're the one answering all of them, you have to say, I need to promote myself out of this school. The Bible says, ask and they shall receive. Passing by the opportunities where the word, I didn't go and ask. Go. Nobody's going to say no. If they say no, okay, then try again. Are you clear? And say you're not ready. Okay, what do I need to do to get ready? 1, 2, 3. I'll be back. Then you go and outwork, find 2 minutes and come back and say, I'm back, I've done this, I've done that, I've done that. That's usually my filter for mentors. I ask them a question. They take 2 weeks to come back to me. When they come back, since they take 2 weeks to get back to me, I should take 2 weeks to get back to them. Because I mean, why should I hurry when they are not in there? I will tell you. When you give me an update after a day, I respond immediately. To encourage good behavior. I will make sense. How many of you are employed? Or work for somebody who pays their salary every week, every month? Okay. How many of you invest? So if you work a whole month, how many of you create time to grow yourselves? My rule of thumb, which I'm encouraging you, if you work for 40 hours a week, which you shouldn't, by the way, because if your employer asks for 40, you have to go over and above and put in 50. You need to add 50% for your personal growth and development. Remember, you have to outcompete. Even if you are alone, even if you are a solo developer, guess who you're competing against? Yourself. I would tell you, you have to be better than you were yesterday. Try many different things. Right? Try different things. You never know what will work out. Right? If you ask me what I want to do when I grow up, I just don't take problems. I figure that out how to go along. But I enjoy everything I do. So, read some books, I've given you some. Keep your LinkedIn. How many of you have LinkedIn? How many of you have LinkedIn profiles? GitHub profiles? GitHub README? You don't know that GitHub has a README project. Please, make sure these things are. How many of you have personal blogs? Then you say, I'm looking for opportunity. The foreigners come here and take all of them. Who else? Who knows you? Who knows you? Who knows what you're doing? Who knows what you've done? Obviously, if you're under an MBA, you can't spill everything you've done, but who knows you? Okay. The world has democratized, the internet has democratized the world. We are competing, you're competing with me, I'm competing with you. Okay. You may charge $10 an hour and I charge $100 and they hire instead of you. You know that. Yeah, because somebody says I bring more value to you. I said, how? Do you have any $10 people I can score rest? Are we together? Find your strength. So my story is, I ran my business for 10 years, collapsed, the company, then I went into employment. Now I get a salary, I get leave days, I even have a boss who I report to. Are we together? But then I found my strengths. I went into management. I was a GM at one time. They told me I'll go to this South African office. I went there. I I stopped. Then I came back. Then I found out the thing that makes me happy is what? Opening an eye. And they scored me there. I want to be in the trenches with people. They see an error stack and we sit there and we debug it and we debug it. That's what makes me come alive. I am alive when I'm in an idea and somebody says, this is not working. I'm asking, okay, I don't know what it does, but explain to me. Let's start from here. Have you run this? Have you tried that? How about it? So can we go and read? And we will reconvene in 2 hours. I go such things. I'm an excellent Googler. I know I'm going, I can read Stack Overflow. It's very fast. Like I'm saying, will this work? There's no I tried that. Okay. That is what makes me happy. I can even work 20 hours a day. But I found my strength. And I can talk to your MP. You can both speak English and you speak finance, KPIs, OKRs, etc. What you call it? Market value fit, etc. Marketing. You can talk those things. But the thing that makes me happy is the trenches and people like you. Family! They have a significant other, like we are told to be politically correct. If you have or if you don't, yes, some rules. Companionship. So life is temporary insanity that makes one see another as better than all else. It is temporary. Are we together? Relationships are hard. They're like trying to make 1 + 1 equal 3. Even when the ones are not full, they've just been rounded up. How many of you are Jerry Maguire? I don't have a list of movies you guys have watched this weekend. The lady said, I love you not for the man he is, but for the man he wants to be and aspires to be. So you have to look at potential, like I told you, past, present, and future. There are no silver bullets. For us, in Uganda, you guys have a home is called Makara in Uganda. Do you know what the full word is? Amakangwe. All of the people who are in it know what is happening. Are we together? So there's no best approach. You look for a companion where you can talk, joke. It's okay. It's people. It's heavy. We have to go. Make it light. Make it fun. The same way you do your programming. Talk with your partner for at least 1 hour every day. Not just and if you have things to talk about, we go back compounding the time up like 2 minutes. Yeah? Do something together, whether a business or a hobby. Are we together? You can't be like a techie. Your partner is an accountant and not finding middle ground. Are we together? That's middle ground, that's intersection. What's the call it intersection? The Venn diagram is what keeps you together. Learn, adapt, you keep changing as you grow older, your body, your thoughts, your ideas, everything changes. But you keep trying. And someone asked me about work-life balance. It is not a noun. There is no work-life balance as a defined state. And together with state machines. How many studied state machines? How many studied computer science? How many of you are self-taught? So, work-life balance is dependent on that. That's like this. Are we together? If you have a family need, work can go and when you have a work need, the key thing is to make sure that, at least you keep balancing it out. That is my advice. At least from my territory. Are we together? Finances, money. You're not here for free. You're here because you want to learn how to make money from Pycon and take. Okay, let's go to money. What's the penny? How many of you have a rate for your time? An hourly rate for your time. How many of you know that rate? So for me, this is how valuable my time, that's how I'm envisioning my time to be. Are we clear? So it affects my decision. If something is below 50K, and it's going to take me more than 15 minutes, I pay for it. I spend the 50K. Because that 15 minutes, I would rather sleep, or I would rather chill and unwind. I don't know if I make sense. Because I have a value to mine. It's not only aspiration you can achieve, like people, the Americans will tell people have high hourly rates. Guliani charges $10,000 an hour. Hey! And some of us look at that guy who said, make that per month. The man appears with 6 people, the clock starts. Then he goes back. And that clock starts when he leaves his office, by the way, not when they go. So if you make him wait, the clock is. Are we together? I'm not saying that now this one, no. What I'm just saying is have a sense of how much your time is worth. There's no best approach. Pay yourself first. How much do you reward yourself every month from your salary? Or when you make some company, not the things of Java, but actually buy something that you want and you should start. And then I tell people, whenever I get some money, even when I get some money, 10% mine. I'm not with the work, right? So that's how I have a backup mouse. I can pay for courses because I have money allocated into what? I'm not very rigid about it, but it gives me that. I don't know if I make sense. You're the one who makes the money. So pay yourself first. Other people will wait. It may be difficult to say, so at times to take some credit. Use that knowledge sparingly because it can crash into the ground. Play the long game. How many play chess? Everybody knows what you play. King's Gambit, Queen's Gambit, what? Queen's Gambit. It's a fast-paced, very risky game. Are you scared? No, that's Queen's. Queen's is slow and anything can happen. The middle game and end game are. King's Gambit, they play. Either I finish you or you finish me, Scotch afterwards. Are we together? Why am I talking about the long game? Remember we talked about compounding. Are we together? Gets better every day, 1%. Which means I am looking at 10, 20 years. You're going to leave that long. I'm planning for 100, so I'm not getting the risk halfway. So all my goals are targeted to be being what? 100. Hey! And you tell the universe, by the way, don't, the big man upstairs, when we have chat, I tell him, by the way, our deal of 100. What more do you want me to do for this world so that you can give me what I want? Manifest what you want and then put in the work. Invest in yourself. Buy yourself tools. Don't be limited by I can't do this because I have no debt. I'm not saying waste. There's a difference between investing in yourself and wasting money just because it has come. Find that balance for you. Side hustles. Everybody wants a side hustle. I'll tell you the best side hustle. You know the best side hustle is? Who is the best side hustle? Improve yourself. Your employer gives you an opportunity. For many of you, your employers give you opportunities to grow, to take charge. Oh, you say, that was boring. I began my career taking notes in meetings. I'm together. And I learned how to take notes such that I was given a consultant to take notes for a year. Whenever there was a meeting, like 100K was there, cash. You can imagine, you know how old I was? I just finished campus. But I was taking notes for 100K what? A meeting. Because I had very good notes, I knew my Microsoft Word, formatted the bullets, which I'll even go and print and check with people, those who needed signatures, I'll even work with the files. And I still do so. I take notes. I would say, you're the best side hustle, which has no conflict of interest, is invest in yourself, be better, outgrow your employer. Why should you 10 years. Change rules every day. There's a new opportunity to be in the room where decisions are being made. Someone will ask, how do I get into the boring things? Take notes. Meeting minutes. Then you'll be in the room. And even you, for the work you do, train a junior. I know people who've lost opportunities because they ask them one question. Who will replace you? I have a friend, tripling his salary. I tell you, any man is so wrong, you are right. But the question that was asked was, who will place you? That's why I said, work yourself out of the job. Train others. I try to take it so that I don't have the job. Then I'll be forced to get better. If you can't cannibalize, you don't, like I said, I want to run my day. So it has to be me taking charge. Okay? Work, grind, sell yourself, sell yourself, talk to people, don't be shy. I mean, in Pycon, it's the same, the 20% people who took, like, there are like 20 people who talk all the messages. Everybody feels to ask, what? They assume they'll be rubbish. No, try, ask. Don't go to the inbox, ask it publicly. Those who work with me have a problem with me because may I ask all my questions publicly. I even failed publicly. And I said, that one I missed it. But it's okay because it's part of adulting for it. Yeah? Open doors for others. Open doors for. Show me the money. Target billing rate. Yeah? If you don't have, pick a number. And easy one is $10 an hour. Almost universal. Minimum wage. Then work upwards. The moment you get close, $10 an hour, 160 hours a month. That's 1,600, which is a very good comparison. I will tell you, that is net, not gross. Work towards that. When you get to 8, guess what you do? Double your rate to 20. Don't increase to 11. Double to 20 and start working to get into. When you get to 15, double to 50. When you get to 30, double to 100. And work towards building your capabilities to get to that level. Remember I said compounding, some of these things take years, and so on. And when you get close, that was the red start again. You know, a lot of my messages do, measure, rinse, repeat. Do, measure, rinse, repeat. If it doesn't work, try something else. Only a man or woman tries the same thing many times, expect to get a difference. Help. Not a doctor, but I tell you, as you grow older, rest when you're tired. Sleep 8 hours. Eh? Pick the beer, fix down. Enjoy it once in a while, not too much. I like to bed, I like to raise myself, man, woman, healthy, wealthy, and wise because they can think clearly. Then if you have problems, sleep. We call it the 3-pipe problem solving approach. How many people know that? Who popularized the 3-pipe problem-solving technique? Sherlock Holmes. Think of a problem in the amount of time it takes to smoke. 3-pipe. Let us smoke outside. That's why many of our ideas come in the shower, going in the toilet, and see even what's that going on with the bathtub. I can throw you guys out for that. If you don't know that guy, who ran out of the bathtub? You guys. Who was it? You see the things is you're being shy, keeping your voices to yourself, instead of giving up images and giving the mic and people see you. Okay. Find out what works. Try, measure, rinse, like there is no magic formula. It is small steps. Try, measure, rinse, repeat. I'm about just many times disconnect from the digital world. Walk out and touch the grass. How many of you walk on the grass barefooted? I walked on the grass barefooted in the last 1 month. And then you're not a villager. Villagers live longer. Get out, take off your shoes and walk and feel the earth. Get away from your computer, your phone. Just go into the world. Go down market and I don't go to your market. Go to your market, leave your smartphone. Just go and feel the bustle and hustle of life. is the ultimate productivity hack. You need to sleep 8 hours a day. As you grow old like me, we need 10. Last night I had 3, but I'm going to compensate. I'm even seeing my bed. I even know the time, 9 o'clock. I am going to be inside. I'm even picking out my special people. I have a pillow which I know. When I enter, all alarms off. Silent part, when anything happens, nothing. Till tomorrow at 7. It's well earned. Are we together? Experiments. So this is, if you've been to my blog, I've been looking for the perfect keyboard that works for me. This is about 5 years of trying. So I started with the Apple keyboard. I started with the Dell keyboard in the middle, went to the Apple full one, the Apple half one, went to the MX keys full one, went to the MX keys half, then I found the key Chrome, K7. But the K7 missed the line. You know, there are those people who don't have that extra line. So I had to look for the K3. But all of this is from my what? My 10%, even with the madam who is the CFO, we are doing Then I tried mice. I started with the other Sony one, went to the Debian's 50K, tried the Apple mouse, tried the trackpads, then I went to the MX Master 2, upgraded the MX Master 3. Then I found the MX Master. Gorgeous piece of engineering. Now my problem is I have only one. So I need 2. But when I go home and set it up on my whatever, I just set it up on my laptop. I have a user's page where you can see the tech stuff I use. But I do experiment. I want to see how much you invested so much in stuff you could throw away. Yeah. And you try it, it may work. Rinse, repeat, it is. So why am I here? This is my last second last. I'm a 27-year-old technology veteran. I've been writing code longer than many of you have been on this app, but I started in my S6 back. That's when I first touched the computer, and I also studied civil engineering. I mean, I call it a loss of civil engineering, but I tell you, do you know how much money civil engineering has got me? The last 8 years I worked in health, I entered as a public specialist. From civil engineering. Not computer science. Academy and practices, they say, you don't have the masters, you don't even have. I told you it's okay. May I have street cred in these coding things? I have street what? We thought I have, I'm self-taught. And I encourage people to be self-taught. So none of my children is going to do computer science, but they have a tech career. That's the agreement. We've agreed with them. The first degree is mine, because I'm paying for it. We have this low out. Medicine, my eldest daughter is doing this year, we're discussing. Then you have to become a doctor, but you can go into medical informatics, forensic sciences. I encourage other skills. They know how to play player, they know how to work. You have to work in the world. So I spent many years. I left coding for about 5, 6 years, 9 years ago. I came back. I've been working in e-health. I was building electronic medical records, then upgrading myself. Wait, is this surveillance unit? No, I lobbied, I did the work, and then they agreed. Then now I'm in fintech, we're using Python. That's why, Python is elegant. It's just a bit, it doesn't have as many tools as the other language, the one whose name I will not say. I'm also a poultry farmer. That's my retirement plan. I love the sight of birds. I don't eat breaders which have air. I eat 1-year-old local chicken, aka roadrunner. It only needs tomatoes and onions. Doesn't even need oil. Are you together? That's what I eat. And for me, I go. I'm done. Shout out. I work with Pycon, which is a payment solution for enabling businesses. And in closing, I really love this slide. Do not be too busy. Do not be too busy. Enjoy your projects, enjoy your family life, have fun, right? Have a smile when you're doing all. Like, if you enjoy your work, you can see that, which means the brain is open, endorphins are flowing. Are we together? The brain is open. Keep learning, read. Don't only read computer science things. Okay, read the mythical man, read the clinical, pragmatic programmer, those are basics. But then go and read Homer, you go and read the Aristotle and so on. Stand on the shoulders of giants. Share your stories with others. I hope I've shared some. Discipline, discipline, discipline. Discipline is the process of giving yourself a command and you follow it. How to get that? Discipline is saying, get out of bed and you do the way that's because life will not. And obviously, most of all, keep driving to get better every day. That quote was brought to me by Solomon King, Funibos. The Japanese word is Kaizen. Continuously. Do not be happy with the person you were yesterday. Be happy with the person you are going to be tomorrow. Are we together? And thank you very much. If you want me and SS Musoke in everything, this world, in what, if it doesn't have SS Musoke, I will choose the platform. My things are very simple. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know if you have any questions.